And let's talk a little bit about e-commerce again and the video that's being used in that context. Can you cite any examples of really stellar sites out there and maybe 360 programs that have really jump-started an e-commerce site where video, you mentioned Marks and Spencer before and a couple of them over in the UK,
Yeah.
but are there any big sort of big box folks here, like what's Walmart doing, what are the big stores here? I know Macy's has been involved in it for years.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about how that's driving sales directly by using video?
Yeah, I think I can generalize a little bit and then bring a specific example, like a very large retail customer in the U.S. We have a lot of them, and we can maybe use the Home Depot example because they're pretty good at what I would call investigating what is going to work better for their web visitors. So they started off, with kind of straightforward. This is who we are. This is what we do. More commercial and brand type experiences. Then they very quickly branched into more product-specific video messaging. Now, of course, if you go on their site, you see how-to videos. You see, community outreach videos. You see videos about social responsibility at the corporate level. You see a whole myriad of stuff, and all of that is, and they're measuring all of it, and all of it contributes back to the commercial performance of that site. People are buying more home improvement products because of the overall affinity they're building with their brand, and they're not just showing one dimension of video. They're trying new stuff all the time. So that's just one example, but that's and you can multiply that by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of retail companies that are doing similar things, where they're really looking at all the different ways they can tell a story, and not just here's what my product does, but what beyond that. Right?
Can I make an add-on comment to that? Which
Sure.
is, I think that one of the things you have to consider as a retailer is not just getting videos on your site. It's about understanding what are all the affiliate sites out there where my users are going. So a perfect example is when Microsoft launched Xbox, they created a video that they put on Engadget, which is kind of like this gaming place, right? So, it's not, to me, it's important to have all of those assets on your site, but also think about where are all the watering holes across the internet space that my users and the audience who use my products are talking about. Is it, if I'm Xbox, am I on GameStop.com, and can I put a video out there?
If it's a video on how to fix my roof and it's Home Depot's doing it, it's gonna work in search. It's going to work in This Old House's website. It's going to work in any number of different venues.
And I'll say
you need to think of that syndication strategy.
One company that we do some work with is Karmaloop, and Karmaloop is the world's largest online retailer of street fashion apparel. They're actually based in Boston. And he started back a few years ago when video was people were just starting to use video on their websites. He created his own online TV show called The Daily Loop. He had he was really ahead of the curve. He would interview artists and designers and musicians and really get into that what he calls verge culture. And his company went $100 million like in no time. And he's killing it, and it was built on, really largely built on his website and use of video for interviewing people in the culture and creating his online show. And from that now, Lionsgate has approached him, and he's producing his own cable channel called Karmaloop on TV. So he's actually went from being a brand using online video to build his brand to now he's creating his actual TV.
Well,
channel.
That's one of the biggest shows in America right now. TMZ started as a web property.
Yep. So there's a lot of examples of that. So effective use of video has really been and those are B2C examples, but really powerful. So.